Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, March 16, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. No matter how we look at it, no matter how we analyze it, review it, the way for the civilization, for any of us to complete freedom, is to master the mind. Master the mind, you master the ego. Master your thoughts. Now, one might believe that or think that that's not possible. It's too involved. It's too detailed, too busy. What's wrong with my life now? Why do I need to change anything? You know, all that stuff comes out. Because when our minds are habitually distracted by thoughts, constantly getting lost in a vast sea of things, you know, the ideas, the future, the concepts, and the memories, it forgets the real reason we are here. How many of us really know why we're here? And not just superficial. Anybody could say that. Anybody say, oh, I know I'm here. I mean, deep down within the God center of all of us. How many of us know why we are here? And the only way that we miss finding our magical core, the God we are within these bodies, is because we're distracted by some thought inside the mind. And there are so many things that the mind believes is more amazing and will do anything to get us there. It'll want to work harder to get us there, and yet once it arrives, it will doubt that you have arrived. When we're living up in our heads, always following the mind, imagining this and that, we will feel lost. That's why so many people feel lost. It's not out of the ordinary. Okay, you know, whatever normal, it's pretty much mainstream, and the right experience for those who live in between their ears. Now, when we are connecting with our innermost magical being, the God that we are, the mind seems like a dry, thirsty desert, and we're already swimming in the vast ocean. And when we've arrived at our magical core, we'll notice that the images in our mind will change. Yet we always feel connected at our core to the source of life. We will feel free from the mind, and yet able to use the mind to direct us back into this magical core essence of who and what we are. And accessing this God source, this core, is not about creating a new experience of you or a bigger understanding of who you are. It's more simple than that. It's all about diving into what your experience of this life is, as it is right now. You don't realize how much you are trapped up in your head. Thoughts are always flying by, and yet we're still attempting to deal with them. Don't touch the thoughts. Say, do you see them go by? A lot of us will reach out and grab one. Say, more, many, maybe a whole armful. But what would happen if we just decided that we weren't going to touch the thoughts, that we're just going to watch them like they were clouds far, far away? We're just watching them fly across the sky. When this life gives us a great challenge, such as how to master our mind, one of the best ways we can meet this divine opportunity is to just feel calm. Not only feel it, be it. Feel calm, relaxed, and at ease inside. And know that practicing this in itself will master the mind. The day we can remain truly relaxed, all the way to our God, all day long, then we will know we have arrived. However you want to name it, the magical core, the God that you are, the pure consciousness of your innermost being is found through this infinite dive deeper and deeper inside you. It is the most sacred and awesome thing you can explore with your life in this universe. Reality comes shining through when we return to what is real. The innermost core of our being is actually the only thing that is real. Everything else is transitory. The mind and its excessive worry-filled imagination was our everyday reality, yet could change as swiftly into a cosmic consciousness with our next breath of air. All it needs is a tiny opening in the door of your being. The very moment your mind has found this source of stillness inside, you will know this truth. This innermost core of your being is the final frontier we are here to explore. At the core of all of us is the spiritual source of existence. It is what gives us life, breathes life through us. It is the reason for all enjoyment, pleasure, and freedom from suffering. It is what we really are. When the continuous mind chatter gets quiet, we are the God. You are the God within. That's when everything is quiet. When we truly explore the source from where every little thought arises, we simply experience a unique yet eternal expression of ourself. We'll call our beingness. The result is absolute freedom and the realization that we always had the option to be free from suffering, and we'll have that option forevermore. When we do arrive at the core of our being, the God that we are, and we will, you authentically feel in touch with everything in this life. Authentically. There is this 100% honest relationship that naturally happens with others. And you cannot lie to anyone or anything. You are with yourself in a way that you can only speak your greatest possible truth. If you would lie about something, you'd instantly feel a great disconnect with subtle pain with your core. A small fib makes you feel 1,000,000 miles away from home and living on some imaginary cloud made of unstable thoughts. It is only when we speak our truth, dive into feeling the truth of who we are, and live from this radical honesty, that the magical core is naturally revealed. Receptivity is your personal effort. You must not try to do anything else. For in fact, you can't do anything else. If we are standing in darkness and do our part by opening the door, the light rushes in to meet us. Vernon Howard. Imagine this. We are all living in a world filled with energy and information that is extremely impermanent and constantly changing. Your body, your house, your kids won't look the same in 10 years, not to mention the next 40 years, unless you establish a deep connection with the spiritual source of infinite energy inside. And once you do, your body will exist in a state of absolute health and vitality forever. Forever, forever. It's a proven fact. I mean, just on the tip of the iceberg, our great ancestors did this. Lived to be over 900 years old. You see how we've been conditioned? And if you don't believe me, check it out. The unlimited potential energy is always inside us at the core and is ready for us to reveal ourselves to it right now. Massive positive change begins with one simple choice. The decisions to relax deeply into the experience you're having right now. Once you consciously and continuously choose this, you can release your rushing habit and lifestyle that believes there's somewhere better than here now. Only then can we access the ability to give ourselves permission to relax. When we have no concept of time, imagine that, no concept of time. What does that mean? You don't care what time it is. You really don't. No concept of time. And we're truly honoring the timeless, eternal beings that we are. We can actually relax into the core of our innermost being, the God, the pure consciousness that we are. Have you ever noticed how we seem to push and pull against time in our lives? How do you force life to be something other than what you are? How are your relationships with people, situations, money, jobs, and yourself? Is it stressful? How often do you go with the flow or struggle to move upstream? Notice what your relationship is like with time, and what type of relationship with time that you can have that will truly satisfy you. If you're used to thinking, how can I get more of XYZ and get away from ABC, then you'll never find that golden palace with its diamond floors and walls, even when your desires get manifested. The ego is pleased just momentarily. What does it feel like to release the idea that your desires need to be achieved at a certain time? Move into the present moment of feeling, what is my experience of life in this now moment? When we are simply here now, the blissful peace and the magical stillness arises within our very being. When the mind is silent, not asking, but receiving life, the Shakti energy has nowhere else to go but into you, because you are now here in stillness. You can maintain the deep stillness inside for several weeks, months, or even years, depending on how much internal, mental, and emotional negative thinking habits you've stopped analyzing and repressing on the inside and started letting them fully go as they arise. By abiding in this space of stillness inside, something magical occurs along the way. You start seeing your dreams and desires become manifested before your very eyes. By staying present to the now, paying close attention to the innermost core of your being, watching the mind play out its drama, and not being attached to the scenes, you become an exotic master of your life. Not attached to the scenes. The twisted truth of all this is that if you can just relax, you simply cannot miss the magical core of your innermost being. There may be lifetimes of issues in your way. You don't have to figure them all out to drop into a state of relaxation inside. Once you realize that your mind has been working so hard, trying to achieve so much in the outer world by strategizing, analyzing, constantly efforting, you simply let it go. Then you just relax into your core and see the powerful manifester you already are. Sometimes our innermost godly core may be buried underneath layers of resistance that cannot be easily moved. Yet, we can start to uncover the surface by asking ourselves those things that we most need to know. Try on these questions and see how they hit you. How can you best contribute to others on this planet? What can you do to make life purely enjoyable all the time? What changes can you make in you so that your love life really shines? When you start to dig inside you and find out why you are here, what your contribution to this world, what is it? You'll have to pass by that which is already at the innermost core of your being. The bigger truth is that every obstacle in our lives is a ticket home to ourselves, whether we like our life or not. It is always a choice of perception and attitude towards it. When we set aside those negative fear-based thoughts that have been sending our minds into doubt, worry, and skepticism, and consciously move closer to this place of quiet mind within ourselves, we will relax. Once we relax into the softest, most gentle, and quietest place, we will soon find the innermost core of our being. When we are able to clearly be quiet, speak our truth, and not be afraid of our greatest energy, we will wake up in the golden castle and realize we were living here all along. Knowledge of the self is the mother of all knowledge. So it is incumbent on me to know myself, to know it completely, to know its minutiae, its characteristics, its subtleties, and its very atoms. Hello, Gibran. Neville Goddard made a quote quite profound. Man's chief delusion in his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him, happens as a result of his state of consciousness. A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. That is why a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. You come across people, I believe we all do, and have you ever noticed that some people, they seem, at least from your viewpoint, to like have a Midas touch and things always seem to flow their way effortlessly, and then you look at you and you're going, I'm struggling, why is this happening, and why, how come, what do they know that I don't? Right? We pull in things, okay? We send out, and we pull in. We're like a massive telescope, radio tower satellite, all combined. And we draw things in, and we send things out. And this is all reliant on what? The level of energy that we are vibrating at the time. See, because we're constantly transmitting a certain frequency into this universe. And our thoughts and feelings create an energetic vibration that is sent out into this world. This vibration is then reflected back to us by this universe, producing physical results in our personal world. So it cannot be more clear to any of us, deeply understood. What we send out is exactly what we get back. All the time, these bodies that we are in are always sending out a specific frequency of energy. The frequency of energy our body and mind tends to vibrate at will attract or repel the thing we currently desire. If it is expansive, inspirational, and positive, it will magnetize similar vibrational experiences back to us, such as amazing opportunities, positive-minded people, prosperous situations, etc. On the other hand, when we are sending out the energy of doubt, frustration, or fear, we tend to magnetize very difficult and challenging experiences that make us suffer endlessly. In order to manifest what our heart is yearning for in this life, simply and consistently emit a high positive vibration. This happens by tapping into those thoughts and feelings that make you feel great about this life. Whatever you continuously focus your attention on is what grows. It is what we will be manifesting more of down the road. That's what we are. Master creators, master manifestors. Everything is energy. We're surrounded by it, 24/7. We take energy, we move it into form, right? And then we create it into our reality, and then we experience it. It's not difficult to understand. We all do it. It's not like, oh, there's a bunch over here that don't know how to, they don't do that, they don't know how. You don't even know how. It's not like you have to know how to do it. You just do it. It's instinct. We all do it. So you imagine when you're angry, and none of us are exempt from becoming angry about things. When we're angry, what do? Now, are we cognizant of the fact that we're sending out vibrational frequencies, energies, that are what? Signaling the universe to send us whatever it is that we're vibrating at. Right? Is that difficult to understand? No, it isn't. So if I'm upset and I send out that vibration to the universe, what's going to happen? You're going to get more. You're going to get more. As powerful as we are, and as much as we don't know that we are. Isn't that ironic? So we look at this planet as watchers. We all look. We're not judging. We watch and we look at the planet and we see. And we see that on one layer there's all this chaos and unknowingness and uneasiness and fear and worry and stress and anxiety and fatigue and all of this, irritation, frustration. Now, we can choose. You know why we can choose? Because we know what that is, what we've experienced before. Maybe not made this, not only this lifetime, but all the other ones. It's not like we're rookies at this. So we say, well, I'm not interested in vibrating at this frequency any longer. I will vibrate at a much higher frequency of pure, deep, eternal love, happiness, and joy. Where do I find those, though, in such an upside-down world at the present time, in the now? Within me. Always have been there. Always will be there. Ever, beyond, and forever. They'll be there. They're there. That's who we are. That's the God at the center of our being. So, it is a choice. It's also an awareness. It's what we choose. Knowing, not in a hurry, okay? But we know. Now, I choose to go this route. I'll end up with suffering endlessly. Doesn't sound very attractive to me. But if I choose to go this route, consistently emit high positive vibration, and that's by tapping into thoughts and feelings that make us feel great about this life. And when you really realize what we are, what we have at our disposal, yeah, okay, so we've got some amnesia about who and what we are. So we're rediscovering that. That's a given. And we know many things. One of them that we do know is that we cannot stop manifesting as long as we have a body. As long as we're in these bodies, we're going to be manifesting 24/7, whether we like it or not. We cannot stop. We naturally attract whatever we are focusing our attention upon, whatever it is. In fact, you're going to be focused on something and not know you're focused on it. That might sound strange, but it's true. What happens? Here's a prime example. You come down, or you're diagnosed, or you have a fatal disease, right? Could be fatal, let's put it that way. And what do you end up focusing on after that information enters you? You focus on the fact that you don't want to do what? You don't want to die. Right? So where does your attention go at that point? Well, it goes on you. It goes on this illness, this disease. And what do you end up doing? Worry, stressing, fearing. It consumes you, right? So how is your vibrational frequency? Not good, because you're focused on you leaving the body. Now, you easily can shift gears. But see, here's where the trust in you, faith in you, confidence in you come in. You don't have that. It's very difficult to switch your vibrational frequency out of that rut of worry, stress, and fear of leaving the body. What we focus on, we create, right? How many of us focus on the fact that we have something wrong with our bodies, and that consumes us? And in a lot of cases, what happens? We leave the body. These bodies, they're like the engine of this magical machine. And our minds are the brakes, gas, and steering wheel. The fuel is the spirit, which is something we cannot lose, create, or need to fill up. It is forever flowing inside of us, as us. It's forever flowing inside of you, as you. It is your essential nature. No matter what you do, think or believe, you can never lose the connection with this divine fuel within you. Sure, it can get buried beneath many layers of muck created by the mind. Yet once you investigate the source of any block and truly uncover its mask, you'll discover the block was never real to begin with. It was all imagined. Only passions, great passions, can elevate the soul to great things. Dennis Degaret. We create everything, is the point. How many people believe that? It's who knows? It's not a bunch of made-up stuff. All of our problems are created by us, by the mind between our ears. And to go even deeper, as the great master sage Ramana Maharishi once said, all your problems stem from the belief that you were born. You are an eternal being that cannot die. So truly, you were never born. All attachment to this body, the mind, these beliefs that you were born imply that you are separate from your spiritual source. To step into the all-powerful manifesting being you truly are, you simply surrender all false ideas and be one with this source. And as you devote yourself to knowing yourself as the divine, all-powerful, manifesting being you truly are, you will see that anything is possible. You see, all of us have this great manifesting master ready to be integrated into our lives. And the more understanding we have about the basics and foundational manifesting principles, the easier it is to discover the manifesting master within and experience the magic everywhere we go. And when I say that we always attract exactly what we most need to know and experience, we will always do that. Some experiences that we have in this life are simply old, repressed thought form trying to bubble up from the depths of our subconscious to be healed and liberated. Whatever experience we manifest in this life is ours and a result of our thoughts. That's it. It's a result of our thoughts, feelings, and energetic frequency. The fact that we are listening, that we're connected in this global guided meditation call with this information right now means we are ready to receive it. Or we wouldn't be here to receive it if it wasn't the case. When we are able to keep our mind on what we truly desire for even a few minutes a day, we will manifest it into our life at the speed of light. What's your ego mind saying? No, that's not possible. That's just not right. It's not real. Okay? Learning how to hold our attention on one thing in a focused and yet non-rigid way for an extended period of time is our first manifesting secret. Discovering the spiritual being within us is the key, the primer, to cultivating this focused attention. What is most needed to achieve this monumental feat is a gentle, curious, and constant exploration of the truth of who and what we really are. This is something that cannot be described in words, yet the adventure to reveal this great gem within it is why we're actually here. Ask yourself, can you turn your attention and open your heart towards the feelings of joy, gratitude, peace, and love? If so, do so. Let yourself go deeply into these positive sensations for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Use your breath as your happy pump, meaning with each inhalation, breathe in joy. Hold it for a moment. Then exhale and release this joy, spreading it all over this world. Simply play with this exercise. And above all, have fun. Each moment of life, we have the choice to respond to life from a completely new, alive, and freeing space that is born in the now. Or we can react from an older, unconscious, conditioned pattern that stems from a past story. The choice is always ours, and each second, if we respond from a fresh place of freedom or from past conditioning. The type of story we are talking about is not that enjoyable fantasy fairy tale story that we all enjoy listening to around the campfire. It's that one that we drag around like an old ball and chain attached to a heavily shielded yet wounded heart. We all have a story, don't we? Some of us have a victim story, right? It's the one most of us know all too well. It's the one that is fixated on how another wronged us, or how we are struggling with money, or unable to find the love of our lives, or create the career we really want. We often unconsciously believe that by repeating the story over and over and over, it will help us to escape it, transcend it, or feel better about our poor, lonely, victimized selves. What really happens is that by repeating what we don't want to manifest in our lives, we simply become more wrapped up in the ego's illusions of being trapped, helpless, and powerless. Good news is that we always have the power to transcend our story if we can become conscious enough to see who or what is truly creating it. It's good to know that all of our stories were created by some life event, big or small, that actually happened. The event naturally occurred. Then the mind took over and invented its special, specific, positive or negative meaning on top of the actual event. So we invite you to take this entire week to write down and notice all the stories you tend to repeat in your mind and to other people. This is a very powerful, life-changing exercise. Notice if they are positive or negative stories. And who would you be without any of these stories? These stories stick because something happened in your life that your mind judged is wrong or absolutely always right. As wrong or absolutely always right. And found some sort of peace within that perception. However, when you hold on to any thought or idea about life too tightly, you become overly attached and miss this amazing universe that's happening now. Attachment always leads to some future suffering, and it's always your choice if you want to be free and manifest more of amazing goodies or be stuck with the same old small tune. I join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Feelings are your manifesting fuel. Negative emotions will choke your energy and steer your manifesting vehicle, your body-mind, away from driving toward your dream life and get lost in the back streets of Dumpster City. Of course, it's important to feel all your feelings, the shame, anger, sadness, and fear are necessary to enrich the human experience of life. Just be aware of which negative feelings which you tend to stay stuck in, and watch the troubled story that comes with it, which resurfaces like a broken record. Honor and learn from your demons, yet don't make them the master of you. Focus instead on that high vibe fuel that's made of appreciation for others and gratitude for everything that is. Fuel your day with these two sacred ingredients, and you'll arrive in Joyville in a matter of minutes. Use all the positive fuel you can, because there is an infinite supply. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we'll return here Sunday, March 17, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be of the highest, deepest, purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you.